My name is Simon Smalley and I worship at St Philip's Church, Scholes. Today's Bible reading is taken from Matthew chapter 9, beginning at verse 27. And it is Jesus heals the blind men. As Jesus went out from there, two blind men followed him, calling out, "Have mercy on us, Son of David." When he had gone indoors, the blind men came to him, and he asked them, "Do you believe that I am able to do this?" "Yes, Lord," they replied. Then he touched their eyes and said, "According to your faith, let it be done to you." And their sight was restored. Now Jesus warned them sternly, "See that no one knows about this." But they went out and spread the news about him all over the region. Christmas presents. For many years, my son and I have had a Christmas tradition. Usually, around late November, I ask him to provide me with a list of possible presents for me or Santa to give him. This is met with the response that he will get right back to me in a few days with a definitive list. So I wait, and I wait, and then I gently remind him again in a few weeks. This dialogue can sometimes continue right up to Christmas week, with only the threat of my buying a box of Lego forcing him into action. Now, although I mostly know exactly what my son wants me to buy him, it's also satisfying for me to hear it from him directly. Now it occurs to me, this is just like our relationship with our Heavenly Father. God knows exactly what we need and when we need it, but delights in our telling him. Sometimes what we think we want does not tally with what we actually need. Anyone who is or has been a parent can testify to this fact. Many times recently, while out shopping in the supermarket, I have heard loud screaming across the aisles from young children feeling deprived that their parents won't buy them something they have spotted in the aisles. Now, these two blind men in our story not only cried out to Jesus in public, but they then went indoors, out of sight of the crowds, and quietly presented their request to him in person. In our own prayers, there is a time to pray publicly and a time to pray privately. When we meet together as a church family, we make general prayer intercessions for the church and for the world, as described in Matthew 18:20. But each of us at home should also kneel in private prayer, sharing with our Heavenly Father our needs and prayers. And if, like my son, we can't quite decide what we want or need, he has also provided us with a ready-made shopping list called the Lord's Prayer. We should note, though, that Jesus also asked if they believed that he was able to cure them. All things are possible through God, but sometimes we limit what God can do through our own unbelief. But now it's time for me to go, as I have a lot of shopping to catch up with.